called The Rolanda Show. Uh, shit. My shit is unstable like this bitch. But it's from The Rolanda Show. And it's from 1994. And just to show you how stupid and critical uh, women's views have not changed in all these years. Fucking can't even see it. But I'm gonna let y'all hear it. And this shit is really, really fucking crazy. So, and this is, I mean, it's about black men, but I do believe this is about just about all men. So don't take it personal. Oh, fuck, don't tell me this shit ain't gonna play. Okay, this is not gonna be good. I bet you it's not gonna be good. Ooh, excuse me. Maybe I should have tested this shit. I'm here and I have no picture. I don't look. I ain't putting. Yeah, this shit is gonna buffer like a bitch. Anyway, my hair ain't done. My face ain't done. I ain't showing my ugly face today. How would y'all?
It is hard finding a good man, no matter what you're raised.
I'm not liking this shit. I'm gonna have to do something else. So watch this shit. I got something for y'all asses. And I'm not looking at my damn comments right now because I don't want to hear you damn off. I'll look at my comments in a little bit. Who the hell is it? Okay, let's start this shit over. Some crazy ass music. You can tell it's old as fuck. How's the sound for you? This right here. Oh,
For many of us, it is hard finding a good man, no matter what you're raised, no matter what your background. But where are all the good black men? That's the question we're asking.
Well, first and foremost, we still around. Anyway, before I really get into this, how's the sound for that for the audio?
I don't think very often. I have not been serious with anybody since about 1992. Hearing the statistics that there are very few black men for women, I find it difficult at times to have a relationship with a black man. They are a commodity, and they know that they're a commodity. That causes problems for black women and black men to have decent, solid relationships.
No, that's not really the problem. The problem is y'all got big ass mouths and y'all don't want to take orders from nobody. And you don't want to sit around and just be a woman.
In the neighborhood where I reside, there are a lot of black women raising children by themselves. There's probably economic reasons. So, I mean,
nope, it's not just economic reasons. It's the fact that you want to open your legs to just about anybody and everybody and not care what kind of guy you get involved with.
You look at statistics of the black males in jail, and when they come out, who can hire them? It seems like when they enter the world, it's like already a strike right there, and the rest of their life is just a struggle. Now, black men are more willing to date outside of the race. For what reason, I do not know.
You really have no idea why we want to date outside our race, huh?
There are so many beautiful, black, educated women out here.
And that's the daggone beautiful, black, strong women cliche. This is some bullshit, but we'll come back to that later. You'll hear it more.
What's bringing us apart? I don't know. A lot of folks don't know. It's not only black women who are concerned about finding the right one. I mean, I gotta admit, being well into the third decade of my life, no man, no kids, barely a phone call sometimes.
And you wonder why we don't want to date you.
I'm beginning to, broaden my approach a little bit to this man thing. I started a girlfriend the other night and I said, honey, if there's not enough inventory in the boutique, then maybe we should be going department store shopping.
Well, if y'all can do that, why can't we? Am I right or am I wrong?
Well, I'm not the only one having a tough time. There's Carolyn Sawyer here. She's 32 years old. She's a television reporter in Boston. And you say that you haven't had a real date in a year? Oh.
I wonder why. And I'll put the link in the description box so you can watch this entire thing.
Real date in a year. So you got a comment. I don't know the people out there like, oh gosh. But really, you're not dating. When I define real date, now that's not to say that I haven't encountered people who would say, would you like to go out and do this? But I didn't feel that there was the spark, and so I didn't go there. I confess, I'm guilty. I'm looking for my confidence.
That's the fucking problem. You're looking for your fucking dad. Why don't you go date your dad?
The wonderful black man who's hardworking, who loves his family. My parents have been married for nearly 40 years. So I've got great examples of wonderful relationships. And I look at that and kind of look around and say, where are those brothers? We're not talking rocket scientists here. We're just talking about men who are comfortable enough, confident enough to come up and say, look, how about spending some time? Do you find this? I have people who say this, and you're on TV, you have a job, you got going on there. You must have dates every single night. And you say, no, and they say, you must be intimidated.
Intimidation is another black woman cliche. We are not intimidated. We just don't feel like dealing with your bullshit.
But what am I to do? Because in my mind, the person that I'm dreaming of is the person who's comfortable enough to say, Rolanda, yeah, you're on your show, you got your own show, you got a lot going on, but you know what? Together, I think we can be magic.
They're with another race because you act like a damn fool.
Too much to ask. Because people always want to pin it on you're being too choicy, and I like to say, look, I come from very basic needs, military child. My father spent 25 years in the service, but what he taught me was a lot of self-respect about myself and how to conduct myself as a lady, and to have certain levels of standards. And an example of how a man gets up every day and goes out and takes care of his family, and people know who the baby daddy is.
Oh, there we go, baby daddy. You're not even talking marriage. You're talking about just fucking somebody.
Good examples. Well, I do too. My dad is a gem. Really is. And not that we want to run out and marry our dads every place. No.
Isn't that what she said earlier, that she was looking for somebody like her dad?
But we do come from families where we see a father at the head of the household doing the right thing, right? His women, his children, and the whole bit. What kind of guys are you running into? Do you think there's too many of out there? I think the woman who you had in the clip a few minutes ago acknowledged the fact that black men aren't aware of statistics. We hear the statistics all the time, and we know the numbers are real, and there's some truth to the numbers. It was interesting, and I bring my father back up on this to say that he told me not to lie, but part of the problem, John, is you ain't asked for that. And that could be some of it. I've been tied up in building a career and so on. But I think that they know the statistics, and in some instances, they know that the pool is small, and particularly when you start getting to the level where you're getting specific in terms of education and what you're doing, the pool gets smaller. Let's face it.
Well, that part of it is true, but at the same token, your pool is smaller.
No black women are in college than black men. And that's not to say that the brother has to come with an education from college, but I think those who are there know that, and they know that the pool is smaller, and that makes it for a competitive atmosphere. And I'm not sure that dating should be competitive.
Well, dating will be competitive. It has always been. Y'all compete more with each other than y'all do for a man.
To a point where you date outside the race. I've done that before. I think that you should be with the person who excites you. Yeah.
Okay, they say you should be with the person that excites you, but you're wondering why we date outside of our race. Either black men to white women or white men to black men. Black women. Sorry, didn't mean to call y'all gay. But at the same token, you just said it. We need to be with a person that excites us. Evidently, that has not been you.
Look at the brother nodding up here. Wait a minute. This is the same brother that, I bet you just $10. Let's go in $10. And if I walked up in the room, that, the likelihood of him coming, as he moving his head, the likelihood of him coming up and saying, sure, sister, why don't we go have a drink? That's not going to happen. And so while you nod your head, don't knock me for having had an experience. And I don't think you can comment on an experience unless you have it. So,
Well, that's the problem. Most of us has had it. And we didn't like the experience that we had, so we chose to move over to something else. Just like she said earlier, if there's not enough stuff in the daggone department store, you need to move over to the boutique.
As my parents taught me, Rwanda, there are good white people, good black people, bad black people, and bad white people. And it really is about the person who makes you come along. Well, that's.
Well, if that's the case, why are you on a show talking about where are all the good black men?
Tell you, I'd say this to my girlfriends all the time. You shop in the boutique and there's not enough inventory. You do find yourself going to the department store where there's a little bit more variety. Now,
okay, I did have that backwards.
That's not for everybody, but it certainly is. It puts you in a position where you do consider. There was a doctor in your life. Oh Lord! Tell us about the doctor. Oh boy! I mean, it's not significant that he was a doctor. He just.
Oh really? I guess that was the type of man that was more on your level as far as job, income, education. But you say it's not important that he was a doctor.
The significance is that the doctor, when I met him, had formally been engaged, and so he was out of that relationship. The problems came when the nurse moved to the new community and followed her lessons from one practice to another practice out of state, which I thought was a great deal of effort on one's part. But I try to be open-minded, because often you meet men who say, give me my space, let me do the things I need to do. And so I'm trying to be open-minded. I think at the point where her weekend house hunt became like a 5-day stay, and there was an invitation to join the two of them for dinner, I had to draw the line. You got to stop at some point and say, look, this is. So she was doing more than taking blood pressure. That would be my guess.
There you go, making an assumption, saying maybe even fucking. So why are you mad? Are you mad because of the simple fact that she probably looked better than you?
That'd be a safe bet. Yeah. But when you look at the statistics, folks, it is staggering. It is something to consider. I mean, you've got 65% of black women raising children alone in America.
That's because they're fucking with the 78% of black men that are no good.
When we come back, we're going to talk to one of those women, a single mom. She too says she's having a hard time finding a baby. Stick with us as we ask the question, where are all the good black men?
They're probably sitting in your audience. But you're not going to get one of them. Okay, here's my question. From that first segment, what did you get from that? That's just a question. My thing is the fact that, first and foremost, you're talking about you're looking for somebody like your dad. That's a problem. You should just go ahead and get your freaking dad. Second of all, in the beginning, they said something about that where we are as men, not just black men, but we're scared of strong, educated women. That's a cliche that they've been using. This show was taped in 1994. 1994. And they're still using the same fucking excuse that they used way back in 1994. So, let's get on to the single mom that's coming up on this show and see what she has to say. See if she repeats anything that was said.
We're asking a loaded question today, and that question is, where are all the good black men? Well, the statistics say that there are more black men of all ages in jail than in college, and a little more than 12% are unemployed. Adrienne Burke is a college-educated computer literacy instructor. She has never been married, although she did have her first and only daughter when she was just 14 years old.
Oh, 14? Okay, so what does that mean? That meant you was a hoe at a young age. And yet you're wondering why men aren't looking to date you with a ready-made family? That's why most of us aren't looking to date women with children.
Well, that's awfully early. That's a baby having a baby.
Absolutely. I don't regret it though.
I think it has to do with why.
Now, see, that's the thing about it. You got all these women black women and white women, whoever women, having these babies at these young ages, and they're talking about they don't regret it because, well, sometimes a very small percentage turn out to be have a baby at a young age and turn out this way. No, you're supposed to be condemning that type shit.
As far as dating is concerned, I touched on something earlier as far as the intimidation factor.
There we go again, strike number 2, the strong intimidation black woman type thing.
Statistically, I'm not even supposed to be where I am having a child at 14. But since I am there, I find that a lot of brothers are intimidating. Just for the record, I'm for the brothers. I have faith in my brothers.
She's on that motherfucker trying to get a man. That's all it is. But watch what happens.
Beautiful man back here who appreciate that. Just for the record. Just for the record. Just for the record. This has nothing to do with
Thank you.
I just want to put it out there right now. I love my brothers.
Oh,
I love
absolutely.
everybody, but just preferably,
So what I hear you saying is that even though it's difficult maybe to find a good black man, that you don't want to sway outside the race and date some other race.
No, I don't. And let me just explain something. It's not a racial thing. It's a preference thing for me. When I look at a brother, I like what I see. I like the color. I like the power. I like the strength. Okay?
Okay, you said you like the power, you like the strength, you like the color. Okay, we got that. But at the same token, aren't you just talking about how intimidated they are by you?
And racial preference. Okay, but no, I'm saying I like what I see. I'm attracted to the physical composition. I'm attracted to the power, the strength, the culture, the tradition. And I don't, let me just finish this point. And I don't think that anyone outside of my culture and my tradition can halfway relate to me being a single mother at 14 years old, struggling the way that I do.
First and foremost, we shouldn't have to relate to your ass being a 14-year-old mother. You should have had your legs closed and been in school.
And appreciate me for who I really am, but a brother who goes through the same.
So where is
Okay, so we're supposed to appreciate you because you were 14 years old and you had a child and you became successful. I think that's what you were supposed to do since you fucked your own life up being 14. Now the thing is about this is that she had a child at 14. The other woman, she's 29, the one that had the child at 14. The other woman is 30 something. I can't remember exactly how old she was. Neither one of them have a fucking man. So what does that say about you? One has a baby, no man. The other one doesn't have a man and is 30 some years old and hasn't had a date in over a year.
yeah, but you know, so wait, let me play devil's advocate. Where is he? He's out there.
I'm 29 years old. I'll wait.
I hear everything you were saying. Don't get me wrong. And please don't suggest that I'm here. I have the one friend a colleague who has married outside of the race and jokingly said to us, look, I done gone to the other side and it's okay, y'all can come. And I said to her, look, I don't need you to recruit.
I have tested the water.
It's okay. I just think, I mean, the world is a global world, and I simply have too many contacts and relationships with all kinds of people to live my life in a box. And I think that if I went through life like that, I'd be wearing blinders and possibly miss some beautiful experiences. I don't know if he's white, if he's Moroccan. I don't know what he is.
Well, evidently, it doesn't really much matter what he is. He's not looking for your ass.
I agree with what you're saying and all, but you know, due to your education, it brought you to a different level. It's like an adult trying to talk to a child, and I know a lot of brothers, you know, are struggling, you know, due to statistics and what have you. But you know, if you're on a different level, and like a lot of brothers maybe around you are not on that same level, so you find yourself hard to talk to them.
So, what is your suggestion to me?
Well, my suggestion is you find a brother. You find a brother. No, listen.
Yeah, I don't want to sound intense, but what's the solution?
It's like you have a child that's 5 years old. You find somebody that's appeared to like the child that you know you can relate with. There have a lot of educated brothers in school out there in good positions. You just can't say that, you know, no brother ain't no good.
Well, you know, I have a saying, and I'll just share it with you very quickly. And that
Oh shit, let's hear this shit.
is, I've attempted the relating part, and I'm not saying that I'll never go back there again. And I like to tell people, look, I've done white collar, blue collar, no collar. I've been there. I'm looking at you.
Hold up. Since you done white collar, blue collar, no collar, ring around the collar, and all of that shit, and you still don't have a man, this is what I always say. If you have fucked up relationships, or you've not had them, or you've tried everything, and you still don't have one, you have to look at the common denominator. And the only common denominator in that entire scenario is you.
My life, someone who is mature enough to come and relate to me. I'm tired. Come and tell me what's going on.
Oh, she's 32. Okay, she's 32 with no fucking man and not a dating. Yeah. You're looking for somebody to relate to you and all of that shit. Really? Well, we can't relate to. I'm not even gonna say it.
You may want to read Dr. Ron Elmore's book. This is Dr. Ron Elmore. He's
She. You know what? I really don't. I don't think she is. I think the one with the 14-year-old child. I mean, not the 14-year-old child. Fuck. The one that had the child at 14 is. That's what I think. But let's see what the doctor has to say. This fucking simp.
the author of a book entitled How to Love a Black Man. Come on.
Really? And do you know what? I'm not gonna let this
up.
play. I'm gonna let this shit play.
But I mean, we're sitting up here, and clearly there's enough sentiment out there in America that there is a shortage. Are we realistic here?
There's a shortage. But there's a shortage of hope diamonds in the world too. There's a shortage of precious ores and gems in the world too. And so the search is harder, but any valuable thing is harder. We don't go to Woolworths when you're looking for a hope diamond. You got to go uptown to Tiffany's. But it's a hard trek there. And so
so this motherfucker saying if you can't find what you want here, let's see. How does that work? If you're looking for a hope diamond, you don't go to Woolworths, you go uptown to Tiffany's. So basically, he's advocating interracial relationships, which one woman says that she won't do, the other one says that she's tried, and still neither one of them has a man.
I understand the struggles. I say to women who write me, who've read How to Love a Black Man, I say I apologize for every misspoken word from a black man to you, every tear.
Oh, you know what? I gotta pause it on that shit, because why the fuck are you apologizing? Maybe them motherfuckers had a reason for doing what the fuck they did, or what the hell they said. Like I said, another fucking sin.
That you may have shed that had one of our names on it, but at the same time, don't give up. There's a bunch of us who are in prison. There's a bunch of us who are already married. There's a bunch of us who are otherwise engaged for whatever the reason, but you're looking for one. And I want you to have that one big time.
Now, see, this is the thing. Regardless of your race, color, creed, or what have you, they say there's somebody out there for everybody. Now, I don't know who's listening to this or who will listen to this, but you may be that well-educated person that has to find that person that's for you is not all that well-educated. You may be a guy that's working in the back of a daggone store doing stock that may just wind up marrying somebody that has a good job. That is an executive in a Fortune 500 company. You never know, but when you start talking about that 32, when you start talking like that 32-year-old woman about having to be this or you have to be that, you're not going to look at them. Just like she said, a brother comes into a daggone party, 9 times out of 10, he's not going to look at her and say, hey, sister, you look good. No, he's not. Why?
It might require, as my father said, just asking for it.
Asking and working. I heard you mention something about the waiting idea, and waiting is a wonderful thing to do. Patience is a big part of this process, but it needs to be a working wait.
Well, I don't think that I don't really think that her growing up too soon was the problem. I think that because she's only 29, so I don't give her a pass, but at the same token, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but biologically and mentally, at whatever age, and this is why I advocate women having children at a later age, but psychologically and mentally, whatever age a woman has a child at, that's where she stops. That's where she stops growing. not physically, but mentally and emotionally. She stops growing at that age. And if you're going to have a child at 14 years old, your emotional and mental part of you has stunted at 14. Check this out. Listen to this and tell me what you think about this. Why do you think that most females that have kids at a young age, and I'll say anywhere, I'll use 14 to say 28, all right? Once that 14-year-old, once that child becomes 14 or 16, they're only 30. That's why they're always competing with their children. That's why you have mothers that have a disdain for their young daughters, because of the simple fact that their daughters remind them of what they used to be. You have mothers that have sons. If you look at the daggone sons and the mothers of single mothers, they always treat their sons like their man. So that's the problem right there.
Time the lights go down, I want to see you, Carolyn, back there checking out this whole row. And
I got a card coming this way because I want to connect with the one brother so we can talk about some open exchange of
That's
ideas,
right.
if nothing else.
But it's going to take that kind of. It's going to take.
An open exchange of ideas. And now, see, she can't even get out of fucking business mode. She's talking about an open exchange of ideas. How about just talking to one another? Just getting to know who someone is. She's all about fucking,
This characterization of very successful black women who are now attempting relationships with men who have not been as educated. I don't see it as a parent-child type thing. I see it as we have, even if there are two different languages, I believe what love is really about is making a commitment to bridge the gap. It's okay.
Okay. I was going to say this part. And I'm letting y'all know right now, this is the first time I'm listening to this. But I was going to save this for another video, and I might even touch on it a little bit deeper. And the women that listens to this, they will lose their fucking mind. But you heard him talking about love. Now, the one thing that I will say that I found out, that women are incapable of love. Let me explain this. Well, I'm not going to explain it in detail because I will use this for another video. But everything that a woman bases her relationship on, it's not love. It's not sex. It's about finances, money, which is finances, and resources. Finance and resources, that's the number one thing for a freaking woman. If you don't have money and you can't take care of her with your resources, she's not going to fuck with you. I don't give a fuck how good the sex is, unless that's all its emotions. No, it has nothing to do with emotions, because love is an emotion. It's all about money and resources. If you don't have those two things, you're not going to find a woman to stay with you. You feel me? That's what they're all about. They're incapable of love. Check this out. If you read the original vows for a marriage, it tells the husband that you are to love your woman. It doesn't say that a woman needs to love. It says honor and obey. It doesn't say that she has to love him. She just has to honor and obey him. The vows clearly states that a man has to love his woman. Love, cherish, honor, and obey. For rich or for poor. Resources, finances. That's all a woman needs. And that's I'll get to that later.
Off your way, brother.
I'd just like to pose a question to you. Say if a brother approaches you, maybe a blue-collar worker or somebody who might work in the mailroom, approach you and try to get to know you.
I consider my pool of friends, folk who in the mail room up to the boardroom. I think that's an endearing quality of mine that I think I learned from my family, that you
Because a lot
respect
of
all
times,
people.
a brother.
See, I gotta call bullshit on it. Well, I can't really call bullshit, but it sounds like bullshit to me, because if your range is that damn wide. From the mailroom to the boardroom, and you haven't had a date in a year, I gotta call bullshit on that.
Would approach a sister like you and feel intimidated by your education and your prestige.
Why are you intimidated though? I'm one of the nicest, down-to-earth sisters you gonna meet.
Because he feels like he might not be on the same level as you.
What level is that?
A person who's in the world, in the business world, just because he doesn't feel the same way
Now
as you.
that lady down there said, then that's the man's problem.
You know what? I think that basically what you should do is, I mean, instead of assuming something, like you said in the back, you know, you want to know, ask her out. Let's go have a drink. Let's talk about it.
You're right.
See where we go from there.
You intimidated out that drink, I can't help you.
Because I can talk the talk and I can walk the walk. Okay?
You're right, and you're true. And no man should be intimidated by no woman, and vice versa. I feel that a man, as a young black man, being single, being educated, having a job, and I return home, I live in the South Bronx, I find that I'm attracted to a lot more women who are less educated and who may not have a job and who may have been in relationships previous that no one was there to tell them, don't go out there and sleep with this man at 14 and 15, and then you...
Oh, 14 and 15. Well, he got a Captain Save the whole complex, but that was a low blow to the one that was on stage about not going out there fucking and having a baby at 14 and 15. That was cool as shit.
Baby, because your struggle will be twice as hard. I'm saying because I'm smart
that the
enough to
criteria
know
for your
your
attraction?
struggle was hard.
My struggle was hard.
Yes.
However, it's made me a wonderful
Yes,
person.
it has, no
I
doubt.
have a lot to bring to
No
the table.
doubt, you are
because
a
of
lot
that.
stronger now. Having been through what you've been through, you're a lot stronger. You're one woman that all men, all women should listen to.
Oh, that's some. You know what? I was gonna do this whole fucking thing. This thing is 47 minutes long, which means my video would have probably been about 2.5 hours long. But I gotta end this shit right there, because for this man to say that because she had a baby at 14 and she turned out to be fine, that girls should listen to her. I don't know how fucked up that can be, or how you know what, that's some bullshit, and I have to end it right there. I may continue with this particular video from this particular point on, but I'm just gonna let this play to the commercial, and then I'm ending this shit, because right now my head is hot. Because one, the women are on some bullshit, and a couple of guys that have spoken already are a bunch of simps.
You have went against the odds and come.
You have gone against the odds.
Thank you.
Did you say you might be your man? I think that's your man.
You see how quick she was to correct him when he used the correct term. And if that was a man doing that to a woman, like who you trying to correct? But he was a gentleman, and he said, "Thank you for the correction." That's a man for me.
Listen, we've got to take a quick break. When we come back, let's discuss the issue of why most black women will not date white men or men outside their race. Why is that? We'll talk about it right after this.
Well, you know what? I'm going to continue this on a separate video. This video's been almost 35 minutes long anyway. But you see where this daggone show went and how it went. And I think she probably has some more guests on there, because I don't see another 30 minutes of her just talking to those two people. But we'll continue this at a later time. But I just want to let y'all know, seriously, if it was up to me, and I'm telling you men out there right now, seriously, if you're not already in it, do not marry or do not date or do not really get caught up in a relationship with a woman that has had a baby at a young age. If in fact you can avoid it, don't fuck with no women that has a ready-made family. That's all I got to say. And until next time, y'all, this is Warlock and Warlock Views. Y'all be good, y'all be safe. And remember, be true to yourself, because if you don't, you can never be true to nobody else. I'm out.